Hello everyone and welcome to Joe Talks. Today we are going to do an unboxing and a quick demonstration of a 12 volt to 120 volt DC to AC converter. Now this converter is manufactured by the company called BYGD, and I bought this off of Amazon. At the time of this recording it was about $53. So we are going to go through the unboxing and show you what it looks like and what you might expect if you were to purchase this and when you receive it. So this right here is how the package comes from Amazon. I haven't opened it yet, so we will go ahead and do that. So I will open the bag. So it does come in a bag, so there's no box or anything to keep it protected. One thing to keep in mind. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and you can kind of tell right away just from the bag packaging that it's got a little bit of damage to the box. Doesn't look like it's significant enough to hurt anything, but we'll see. Okay. So this is what it looks like out of the box. Obviously a instruction manual, one sheet. It's got the instructions and it looks like some specs on the back. One thing to note is that there is a link on the Amazon site where you can download this document also. And here it comes with a couple of alligator clip cables that go on the battery. Take a quick look at these. So I don't know that much about how many amps the DC side of this inverter pulls, so I haven't done any calculations on the cable size. So it looks like the cables are about maybe a couple of feet long. I think it says in the specs they're a little over 20 inches long, so there you can see. You can tell right away this is going to have to be mounted pretty close to whatever battery you hook it up to. So there we go. Thing to note is there is exposed wire, so these are not in any way, shape, or form. They don't have any real waterproofing or anything. You can kind of see how the rubber part of the handle is kind of loose on there. Alright, and then we have the inverter. Looks like we've got a couple of extra fuses. Look like 25 amp fuses. Right, and that's it. Okay, so here's the unit itself. So the wires are just bare-ended wires. They go right in here. And then there's a standard head screwdriver set screw. So take that for what it's worth. There's the size. Got two outlets, a couple of USB charge ports. Okay, well there you have it. I'll go grab a battery and we will hook this thing up and see how well it works. Okay, so I've got a 12 volt battery. What I've got here is a Power Queen 12.8 volt or 12 volt 100 amp hour battery. And let's go ahead and put the wires in. So we'll kind of see how well that works. So we'll hook the red up right here. Now while I'm doing this, just a little bit about this inverter. It is rated for 800 watts continuous power and then 1600 watts max power. So when we get this all hooked up, I've got a heat gun that draws 750 watts on the low setting and about 1500 watts on the high setting, and we'll plug it in and see if it works. Okay, so again, just this regular standard screwdriver. So I'm going to say this inverter, I believe, was made in China. Actually, it says on the Amazon site that it was made in China. And you know, you can always kind of tell on those ads when the English is not very good where they came from. So kind of keep in mind, you get what you pay for. So there we go. And there you can kind of see that they're not trimmed very well. Still get some exposed wire. I don't think it's a big deal. We'll see. All right. So there we go. Go ahead and hook this up. I'm going to go ahead and hook up the power side, red side first, and then we will hook up the power side. Okay, there we go. And I'll go ahead and turn it on. And there we see a green light. Appears to be working. Alright, so here I've got my heat gun. I've got a meter right here, so we can actually measure how much wattage is coming out. And let's turn this on, and we'll see if it trips a breaker. So I'm going to go with the low side first. Okay, there we go. And I'm pulling about 650 watts. My battery might be a little dead, I don't know, but it's working. The inverter's working, getting hot air. So now let's try on the high setting and see if the surge part of the inverter works. Yep, so there it just overcurrent. Okay, so the high setting, it does have overcurrent protection, and there we just saw that we were triggering that overcurrent. So with the surge, usually that is for initial startups for motors, not for continuous. So there you'll kind of see, you can get an initial start with high wattage, but then it's going to trip. So there we see that, right? Okay. So functionally, appears to be working okay. One thing to point out, this is a modified sine wave, so it does say right here on the front, it's got some quick specs, and it does say output waveform modified sine wave. So shouldn't be an issue to anyone that's just running basic electrical stuff. But if you're running something that does need a pure sine wave, keep in mind that this is not going to work for you. So, and you kind of know that just from the price point being a $53 inverter. So there we have it. Appears to work. One thing we might do is I want to see if it gets hot if I do put it on the low setting. So 650 watts is kind of pushing probably the limit of what this can do. It probably could do, you know, up to the 800, I would expect. So we'll run it for just a little bit here. Cables don't appear to be getting warm at all. Okay, so the alligator clip is a little warm to the touch. The red one is really warm, like I can't hold my finger on it. So keep that in mind. There, the cable is getting a little warm. So I'm not 100% confident that these cables are the highest quality. So if it's something you're going to be using on a continual basis with pushing the max of the 800 watts, you might want to get some better quality cables. So there, we've been running it for what, 30 seconds, maybe a minute, and I can feel this cable is getting a little warm. So keep that in mind. Cooling fan is turning on. turns off when the load goes away, it looks like. So I can tell this is not crimped very good on the wire, on the alligator clip, because the cable is pretty cool to the touch in the main body, but when you get close to that connector, I can't hardly even keep my hands on it. Even on the insulated red coating, it's still pretty hot to the touch. So I'm going to say these wires they give you are pretty cheap. They're already starting to melt a little bit. So I would probably buy some better quality wiring, or put some better quality. The terminals are not hot. Nothing compared to what this is up here. So I'm going to say from the unit itself, appears to be working okay. But again, these are really hot. So, but you can kind of tell these are just cheap. Like this here is so hot I can barely keep my finger on it without holding it through the rubber coating. So, but again, that was 650 watts. So anyway, there we have it. I hope this helps, and if you like my video and found it useful, help me out, give it a like, and definitely subscribe to my channel. Always helps me out. I know that's kind of cliche. You hear it on every video, but it does help us out. So anyway, thank you very much.